Hey, it's Sasha Evdokov. Thanks for joining me. In this video, I want to talk about the costs of creating a print book, and you can also apply it to an ebook as well. But in general, we'll talk about some basic costs that go along with creating your own book. So if you ever thought about writing a book, you want to get a book out, then this will be a nice little guide or insight of what it really costs to get a book created. Now, typically most marketers and most people selling informational goods, bloggers, they do books and create books in order to give them out in exchange for an email. And it's a great high value added thing in order to exchange for an email address. Some people use books in terms of credibility, and that's why they write books. But for other people, it's just an exchange or way to get the email address. And for some, it's a huge money-making business depending on the copies sold. Now, typically with books, the majority of your income or sales will come from the back-end products. That means when you write your book, you may not make a lot on the book, but later as people discover you, if you have a second or third product, then they'll go and purchase that second or third product because your name was exposed to them. They built some reputation with you or some connection. They got some value from your book. And now they're ready to purchase your second or third product that you have available, maybe a video course series or possibly something else, whether it's actually a physical item. If you have a book on wedding dresses, maybe they buy your wedding dress. If you have designer wedding gowns in your shop. So it really comes down to just adding value to the customer, building that relationship, and giving back. So now, as for the costs of your book, now this book is the Business Launchpad book. That's mine, and it's about 230 pages or so. And the costs for this book are quite minimal. The most expensive thing I would say would be my time. Now, one of the things that you can do to save on that is to purchase something like a Dragon Naturally Speaking, where you can speak and then it types the words for you. Now, it has pretty good accuracy, but there's always errors in there as well. But in general, it just saves you a lot of time if you can speak the book rather than always just typing the book. So that could run you $100. The next cost you'll incur is proofing the book. And proofing the book, it's going to depend on how many proofs you're going to want to do, as well as how thick your book is. So if your book's, let's say, 220 or 250 pages, let's just say the proofing costs may cost you about $150 to $200 for each proof if you're getting a medium to reasonable good quality proofer or a known person that does editing and reviewing of books. So let's just say $200 for one time. Now you may want to get them to do it or someone else to proof it another one or two times. So you may require 3 proofings to really fine-tune your book. Now, I would also recommend that you proof the book as well in terms of the substance or the content that's in it, because sometimes even if your reviewers or proofers are checking your book and they're looking for grammatical things, that doesn't mean they're always looking for subject matter related items. They assume you already know that. So it will take some more time for you to proof the book. So if you're getting your book, let's say, proofed 3 times at $200 each, that's $600. So if you add the Dragon software plus $600 for 3 proofings, now you're looking at $700 right there. The final thing that you may want in terms of getting for your book is the cover. Now, the cover is probably one of the more important things for the sales ship of that book, and you want it to look good. Now, if you have some technology experience, like working with Photoshop or Illustrator, then you may be able to design your cover all on your own. And of course, if you have PowerPoint, you can also do it that way to save some costs. But if you have a book that's really expected to release to a lot of people, you have a built-up newsletter, and you have a lot of people already subscribed anticipating your book, you definitely want a nice cover because it only costs you probably another $200 or $300 to get a really good cover, designed and make it look really nice. So along with all those other costs, you're looking at about $1,000 for creating your book. Now, one other thing that you may want to do, and it really comes down to depending on who your publisher is, you may be required to purchase an ISBN number If you use CreateSpace, they provide one for you, which is an Amazon company, but it's not really necessary. I always just use the CreateSpace ISBN numbers, but if you want, you can purchase an ISBN for, I think they're about $100. That way you can write your own company name as the publisher. So it's really up to you. But those are really the main expenses when it comes to writing your book. It's really just more on the proofing side. It's more on, getting the cover designed and some additional added little software or things that you may want. So that's all there is. It's not too expensive. However, usually most people use the book as a lower tier product in order to build up their email list, to sell the backend products that they have. And that's really what the book is for many marketers or online business owners these days. It's more of a way to get people to test a relationship out with you. And once they build a relationship with you, then they're more likely and more inclined to continue doing business with you. All right, thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this one, then go ahead, click this link right here and enter your name and email address when you get to that website. And if you'd like to see some of my in-depth online business courses that I have available, then go ahead and take a look at BackstageIncome.com. Thanks for joining me and sticking with me. I'm Sasha Evdokov, and remember to do what you love, contribute to others, and most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.